Why did you decide I need to find some place else to play after playing so long at Iowa State?
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking for a new opportunity. I want to continue to push myself and be on a team that wants to win at a really high level.
And why was Carolina the place?
Yeah, I mean, for a variety of reasons. Throughout the recruiting process, Coach Banghart was talking to me very consistently and really expressed her interest, and it was a place that I could definitely see myself playing. So that really excited me, and then I came and visited here, and I really liked the girls. I could see myself fitting in with them, and I really liked their style of play.
Tell me about the process. I understand how many schools did you do this? You had them send 3 tapes, and your parents who were coaches evaluated them and decided what would be right for you. Tell me about that.
For what?
I understand that you had schools send you tapes of games to review with your parents. How did that go? How many schools was that?
Quite a few, but I mean, also there were a lot of schools that we just found YouTube videos of past games, and my parents and I sat down and watched. I went home for a weekend, and we just spent the whole weekend just watching games of schools that I could see myself at, and we watched a bunch of UNC games, and it was definitely a place I could see myself fitting in.
What impressed you about Carolina? Because obviously it sounds like you canceled your Ohio State visit after you visited.
Yeah, I mean, I just knew I was going to come here. It was a place that I could really see myself. The staff cares about you. They want you to get better individually and as a team. So I wanted to be somewhere that would really push me to do that. And yeah, I just knew I was going to come here.
And Coach Banghart said that she thought that you would be able to have more freedom than you had at Iowa State. What does she mean by that, and how does that play out?
Yeah, just more chances to make decisions with the ball in my hand, getting a variety of different looks, being able to create shots for myself and for my teammates.
Whoa. Now you're the lockdown defender, and I assume you had a pretty daunting task of Caitlin Clark a couple of times.
Yeah,
Can you tell me about guarding her?
Yeah, I mean, Caitlin's a great player. We've been playing against each other since like my sophomore year of high school, both in AAU and high school and college. So we've been playing against each other for a while. I have a lot of respect for her. She's a great player.
But do you relish being given the toughest player on the other team to defend?
Yeah, I like the challenge of guarding the other team's best guard. I just try to take away what their tendencies are and what they like to do.
What makes you such a good defender?
I don't know. I mean, I was blessed with kind of quick feet, so that helps. And it's really just a want. Like, I don't want my kid to score. I don't want my kid to do what they want to do, so I'm just doing whatever I can to take that away.
You have 2 years of eligibility left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're planning on using both?
Yeah, I am.
Carolina. Yeah. What are you studying here?
I'm getting my MBA. I graduated from Iowa State over the summer, so I'm starting my master's program. I started this fall.
Ooh, what'd you graduate from Iowa State with?
It ended up being management in their business school.
When you were kind of decided on where you were going to go, was playing with like another dynamic guard like Deja something that interested you?
For sure. Yeah, I mean, just looking at the talented people that they had returning, they were people that I looked forward to being able to play with, and like you said, they have a lot of talent, and so I just wanted to be able to play with them, get better from it, and learn from it. Yeah.
Had you even spoken to Coach Banghart before you hit the portal?
I had not, no.
So is that kind of weird? And how long did it take you to commit?
Gosh, I don't know the exact dates, but a couple weeks for sure. She reached out to me right away. They were one of the first schools that expressed interest, and Coach Banghart herself was the one that was in contact with me the whole time, sending me texts, getting on the phone whenever we could, and just really expressing that she wanted me to come here.
And you obviously saw Carolina a couple times, an opponent last year in Portland.
Yeah.
So did you kind of something in the back of your head say, hey, that might be a good place to play?
Yeah, I mean, that did help. Originally, I wasn't thinking about it, but as I started to look at the schools that I could see myself in, like, I remember the scout, I remember preparing to play against them, and just the personnel that they have returning and stuff.
In terms of this overall roster, obviously the starters, you've got Deja, Lisbeck, who are both really good players, but you guys are going to have legit 5-star All-Americans coming off the bench. Have you been on a team that's just this deep and have so many options of formula?
Yeah, I have not been on a team that's been this deep before in AAU or college or anything, so it'll be a really fun experience because, like you said, we have a lot of talented players.
What's it like practicing with, maybe you're going up against the second team, but those are girls who are, just as talented as anyone else on the team?
Yeah, I mean, practices, we get better every day, and it's nice to be able to play against each other and really push each other and get better from that.
So now, both your parents were coaches, and I read that they'd have you do 15-minute ball handling drills every
Yeah.
day. At what age did that start? And
Oh gosh, I probably started doing that when I was in like 2nd or 3rd grade, I would say. And then it just became a daily habit all through elementary school and growing up.
so you feel like you have point guard skills?
Yeah, I did. I was a point guard through all of high school and AAU.
And then obviously 3-point shooting, you bring a pretty good efficiency rate there. Has that always been something that's come naturally to you?
Yeah, I would say even more so once I got to college, I was transitioned more into a 3-point shooter, just attempt-wise. I took more attempts than I would have in the past, but that was just adapting to the college game and seeing where I could help my team.
Is there a different feeling coming into this season than it was at Iowa State? I don't know if you came into a season at Iowa State saying, hey, we can win the national championship, or we have all these 5 stars. Is there a different mood?
I'm just really excited for this season. Like you said, we're really talented, and I'm excited to see what we'll be able to do and hopefully win a lot of games.
What if somebody's never seen you play before? How would you describe your game?
A hard worker. I'm going to give it all I have on the offensive and the defensive end every game.
Okay. Kevin?
I was reading some of your old stories at Iowa State, and you mentioned that how your mom was a great defender when she played basketball. Can you kind of speak on how her role, like growing up, did she was there anything in particular that she developed your defensive stance?
Yeah. I mean, I would say growing up, most parents or coaches are only focused on the offensive side of things, getting your shot down, working on ball handling, stuff like that. But from my mom, defense was also a focus, not necessarily drill-wise, but when I would get into games and practices, it was you need to be thinking about both ends of the floor. You need to be a well-rounded player, not only focus on scoring the ball.
Yeah. I read that you committed to Iowa State in 8th grade, so somewhere that you got a text within a half hour of you announcing your decision to enter the portal. What was that whole recruiting process like with all these schools reaching out to you, given that you hadn't really experienced that before?
Yeah, I mean, this was my first time really with a recruiting process, so it was an overwhelming couple of weeks, honestly, but I was really able to talk to my parents a lot, talk to some of my old coaches, and just really figure out the things that I really wanted from the program that I was going to go to, and seeing what schools could fit into that the best.
Yeah. I want to ask some non-basketball questions. So the Daily Tar Heel, which is UNC student newspaper, is doing a survey for all the players.
Yeah.
So